Okay, hope everybody's doing well. I guess it's Thursday already. I just don't know. This week is going by so fast. But I had to go back to the Goodwill bins the other day because I had to drop off some movies to my friend and he just wasn't there the previous day. Kind of unfortunate, and I didn't find very much, so it wasn't really that great of a trip. But except for one item here. I will talk about that in just a second. I got one piece of mail, a very special piece of mail. I think it's really cool. I don't know how cool everybody else might think it is, but finding one of these, I wished I had done my homework before I started this video here, because I counted how many cards of this particular person were featured by themselves in the set. So without further ado, I'll show you this here first. I won't be able to get it all on screen. This cost me barely $2, a class of 1942, the University of Illinois College of Medicine. That's absolutely insane. 42 class photograph. These are all probably people that were doctors and that sort of thing, nurses and doctors. Most of them, there's very few women on here, and then there is one black person right there. An interesting story about, I forget what his name is already, Munson. It was I forget, L. Munson. I found a website. If you look up Class of 42 University of Illinois Chicago Medicine, you can find everybody. L. Munson, it was not Leon. It was a name that I'm not super familiar with. Very interesting story there. Supposedly the deal was that there was already one in his class, and then he couldn't enroll for some sort of rules back in 42, and then one person of his ethnicity, and then but he was able to manage to get in there and became a doctor 30 years or something like that. It's a really interesting story. And then all his siblings were of high profession as well too, so that was pretty neat. But like I said, this cost me all of a couple bucks. I think the glass was missing. Not really sure why somebody would get rid of this here, get rid of somebody's old family history unless it was in a hoarder house or something. No clue, but somebody threw it back in the books. They didn't want it, and it was very, very lightweight. I just don't understand why people wouldn't grab something like this. So that was pretty neat. That was the best thing I got, and I spent a whopping $2.75 yesterday at the bins. So anyway, without further ado, we'll show you the special card, and then I'll show you a couple pieces of other things that have come in. But really, the mail has just been absolutely dreadfully slow. Dreadfully slow. I mean, I have things, I purchased something from Canada weeks and weeks ago, and it just still isn't here. This one finally showed up. This is, I can't remember if I purchased this before the Burbank Sports Cards one that came in. I'll take it out of the plastic here because it doesn't do it justice. Nothing does it justice. It's plastic and plastic and plastic and plastic. But this is a 1976 Topps Happy Days card here, and this is a original buyback of Fonzie. Have no fear, the Fonz is here, and you can see in that corner that little gold foil stamp, the small logo there. Really amazing, because there are very few cards of Fonzie himself in Series 1 just by himself. Usually it'll be like, Ralph or not Ralph is not in the set. Potsy or Richie next to him. And, finding the Fonz himself is not an easy task because people want a premium for this one. But the seller did not want much of a premium of anything at all. I think this might have been $10 free shipping or something to that effect. It was somewhere like $10 or $12. It took a sweet time to get here. Came in this particular envelope here, this cardboard envelope. I always get confused about these envelopes here because they've got the white on the inside. If this is one of these eBay standard envelopes, does it go somewhere else first and then so I don't know. How they get these eBay standard envelopes, I have no idea. This came from Simply Non-Sports of Peach Grove Circle, Elgin, South Carolina. So that's interesting there. But anyway, so this certainly took its time to get here. Maybe there's a backup of the mail, I have no idea. But this is certainly a keystone to my collection here, because I haven't found this card anywhere else, nowhere else, not even in the American Pie or anything. Somebody will buy up all these and then just leave all the kind of multiplayer ones alone. Because like for the American Pie, the Welcome Back Kotter, the really hot ones are John Travolta all by himself, the high grade cards. It doesn't matter if like Fonzie, Richie, and Potsy and Mr. and Mrs. C are all on one card, even if it gets a 10, this image is more sought after than that one. So I just thought it was really amazing to get this one. I don't know what it was doing sitting there for next to nothing compared to some of the other cards there. So that's really cool. And then there's just like a piece of his, I believe that's a piece of his face there. This is the Topps. I had questioned that it was the OPC because the edges were a little on the rough side, but not to worry, it's actually in a Topps card. So that is really, really neat to have. And then just to finish out the video, several other things that I'm working on here. Why do I have the Olympic rings in the back? Because I'm working on a 2021 Olympic set here, and it's interesting here. So I've gone through and marked off all the cards that I currently have on order from different vendors here. So that's not what's in gold here. What's in gold there, or in yellow Sharpie or highlighter, is those are the people I have signed within the last year or so. Within, like, I think 2022 is when they signed. 21 or 22 is when they signed. So those are the people that are signing, and there are double cards. So there could be like 2 or 3 of somebody. And then also then I have marked off the ones that I have: B for bronze, base for base, S for silver, bronze, silver, and base, and so on and so forth. This one says numbered and base, so there's a numbered parallel there. And then this is Pride and Country, and this is new to the games. And there's only 2 people in there so far that sign, and then 1, 2, 4 there that sign. So there's not very many people that actually sign in this set. But again, if you're sending these people, you don't want to send them 3 and 4 times, and it's just really bad. I think I got a bunch of these coming from COMC, and then some of them are coming from eBay. And the ones coming from eBay, unfortunately, have to wait until these come in. So that's really kind of unfortunate. I have to wait for all that stuff. It's, again, the mail is just absolutely, this is more of a recent purchase here, but the mail is just absolutely dreadfully slow. People are just finally getting stuff mailed out from the holidays because they were gone, what have you. Again, there's another seller that was gone for a while, and then again, that Canada order is just gone. Oh yes, I almost forgot here. 2 postcards here. 50 cents a piece at the local store. Some kid, I don't know what that is, in his Sunday best. I'm not going to mail it out because it's creased here and creased here. Those creases would break right there. And this is the Columbia River Gorge, and it's one of those See the West with 76 gasoline. There's no checklist for those cards ever, so don't even attempt that set. It's absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for watching.